Yo, hey, yeah, it is I, the Maiden of Ravens, and we're going back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm just gonna do the entire game in today's recording. Not in. I'm gonna do. Let me try that again. I'm gonna do the entire. I'm gonna record the entire game in segmented episodes, so there's no chance of me just losing my save like I did last time, and I had to then just cancel the entire series. Um, and I was also really busy at the time, so I couldn't even continue it then. Anyway, before we get into this, little update. Joltik will be back tomorrow, alongside the daily episodes of Doki Doki. Yeah, Joltik will be back tomorrow then, and yeah, and if I decide to ever revisit the other games that I had to put on hold, we'll see what happens. Anyway, but also when I went to go launch the game, little disclaimer, by the way, but it's Doki Doki Literature Club, so you kind of knew what to expect. When I went to launch the game, a black screen showed up saying "end," and then whenever OBS decides to pick it up, whenever you're ready, OBS, give it a minute. You can hear by the creepy sounds that something's coming up. Um. Game capture, please. Why do you do this to me, game capture? Thank you. Yeah, this wasn't expected. But I know Doki Doki Literature Club, so I know how this came about, but I was not expecting that. I got chills when I opened the game, ready to do the recording. I was expecting Doki Doki. I was expecting good vibes. No, I know how this happened. It's because I had deleted Aries character file, or messed with it in some way. Anyway, I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to reinstall the game, and we're going to be right back. And in the meantime, I'm also going to grab a soda, because I'm going to definitely need it if I'm going to be doing all these voices. Here we go! Alright, oh, that is loud. Actually, that's fine, I think. Because with my mic volume, that should be fine. Although I'm going to turn myself up just a little bit more. Also, I apologize. You can hear my soda fizzling in the background. Although I think with the music and me talking constantly, I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. But that's going to be a problem for the next few episodes until it decides to stop fizzling once it's just becomes flat and loses carbonation. I don't know how soda works. Anyway, delete existing data. Deleting save data. We are in. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. If for content warnings, please visit http colon //ddlc.moe/warning .html. There we go. By playing Doki Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. I agree. Take me in, coach. I'm ready. I'm not ready. This game is not super for children or those who use it. Doki Doki. I am so fucking screwed. Ooh, turn that down a little bit, cause that was really loud. Okay, here we go. Are you ready, gang? No, I am not either. Here we go. Oh yeah. So, story time for my experience with this game. My first exposure with this game was, way back, when the YouTuber Radical Soda played this game. And I gotta watch that video again, that was a good video. And I was thinking, oh, that's an interesting game. I've heard of visual novels before, I think. And it was around when the game came out. I can't remember when that video came out, but 2018 was when I think I saw that, and so I would have been 12 or 13, Jesus. But at the time I was a weird kid, and I enjoyed kind of scary things, but that was my first experience with like psychological horror. So I that was an experience, and yeah, I then got older and I was less like slightly disturbed by things. The most strange enough, the most disturbing thing in the game when I first saw this was the Monica jump scare during Act 3. Yeah, because Act 4 is okay. The only thing I found disturbing was the Monica jump scare when the game detects that you have a hang on. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna full screen the game for your viewer enjoyment. There's no like black bars around the screen. Hold up. That was a mistake. I've made an error. I shouldn't have done that. Whoops. I'm sorry. What have I done? There we go. Okay, we're good. But yeah, that was my first exposure with this game, and then I came to like things even more, especially with like the stuff behind the scenes with like the lore and all that crazy stuff. I don't know. It was cool stuff. Please enter your name. We're gonna do what we did the last time we played this, and we are going to do a anagram of Maiden. Damien. That is an anagram of Maiden, right? Wait, no, it has to be with an E. Damien. There we go. Yeah, just M-A-I-D-E-N. Yeah. All right. Hey. I see an annoying girl running towards me. I'm moving these headphones. My earbuds, they're bothering me. My desk is crowded as hell. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention that she might draw to herself. Uno momento. Apologies, folks. I just had to take care of something. Anyway, we are back. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. And I know why. With this game, if you know, you know. Also, obviously, spoilers for the non-completionist route I guess. I guess I'll say, just in advance, spoilers for Yuri's route, because that's the route I'm going to be going on, because she's my favorite character. Actually, let me try to simplify this. Okay, so let's say it like this. To me, Yuri is best girl, but my favorite character is Monica. I like Yuri. I like her whole vibe, you know, being the whole, just quiet, mysterious, mature type, and she's into horror, so, you know, hell yeah. But I like Monica as a character because of just her whole thing of she's seen as a villain, but she knew what she was doing wasn't hurting anyone because everyone in her world is just code. She wasn't, hurting actual people. She was just tempering with code. It's like, I think Dan Salvato said it once, where, it's like when you, put a sim in the pool and then take a ladder away. I think that was him that said that. It's something like that, you know? Anyway, but that's, the best description I got. But yeah, I like her character because she did all that just to be with someone real. I don't know. It was cool. She wasn't ooh, sentient AI comes, is evil and tries to kill you. She was only seen as evil because, people got, attached to these characters, and then Monica stripped that away. And then, when, spoilers, for the ending of the game, when Monica deletes herself and gives you back the world because she understands you just wanted to be part of the game, I understand, here you go. And then she finds that Sayori is doing the exact same thing she's doing. Monica just says, no, okay, this isn't gonna work. No one can be happy here. And then just pulls the plug. Anyway. Alright, I'm gonna stop with these long tangents in between this, but I'm probably going to continue them. So, let's get back to this. I've read that. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I feel almost better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but I decided to stop and wait for you. Eh. You said like you were thinking of ignoring me. What's her voice? What voice did I give her? I think it was just like my voice was like higher, but it's becoming Mickey Mouse. But I'm gonna save that for Natsuki. Or sorry, Natsuki. Eh. You said like you're thinking about ignoring me. We're gonna go with that. That's mean, Damien. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Damien, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you... wow, look at me go. Told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. Eh? That's not true. You told me you were joining a club this year. Did I? Sure, it's possible that I did. One of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. You are a terrible friend, Damien. Like, just listen to what she has to say. And then you wouldn't be in this kind of situation where you just don't know what's going on. Wow. I would not be friends with Damien. Like, in, why is there a seat on my arm? In Monica After Story, the, mod that a group of people have been making, where it's just like, it just takes like the act 4 of the game and just like makes it a whole thing where you get to hang out with Monica. It's a cool time. In that mod, she mentions how like, these characters wouldn't really work in like a real world setting because they're just like their mannerisms and all that. Yet strangely enough, the person I hate the most is Damien. Like, I hate the main character guy. Like, I get it, like he's like he's like exactly the same as like the girls, but just I don't know. People might just like think of him as differently because like he's our protagonist character. Anyway. Sarah likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average or spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills for college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. I know you're happy now, but if I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh, by the way, if this goes well, which I think we're going to do like half-hour segments for every episode. If this goes well, would you guys be interested in seeing me do these side stories in Doki Doki Literature Club Plus? Because that's something I've only seen like a little bit with a friend, but if it's something you'd be interested in, I'd be willing to check about. I'll get the game at the end of the next month. Sure. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. He's just sitting there, just in the club room, just staring at the wall, and everyone else, anyone like straggling behind, getting out of class, just heard a man in the corner just go, clubs, just staring at the wall. Sarah wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sarah must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're from worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Oh my gosh, just cracked. Wow, that was great. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori? Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. I'm not doing this. I'm not going to the literature club. I'm not doing it. I don't There's bad things in that place. Don't drag me along. There's a girl who's into horror, and she seems kind of chill. Sign me up. Where do I go? All right. I make stupid jokes. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. All right. There's no way I'm going to your club. Yeah, meanie. Sarah is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? 'Cause she's your goddamn friend. She explained why she cares. Well, I kinda told the club yesterday that I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't get. Damien, you are a dick! By the way, yeah, no, I'm going to be, I might swear occasionally. I gotta keep it, like, reiterating. This channel is not for kids, never was meant for kids. This game especially is not for kids, so swearing will happen. I don't know why I have to elaborate this, but I do. Mostly because I don't want YouTube to think, yeah, no, for kids. Because, like, that happened with, like, a number of my streams. Anyway. I can't tell Sarah if Sarah is really all much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Damien. What a nice surprise. Hang on. Okay, I need to give these girls different voices, because, like, this is just me doing feminine tones. Like, 1.1 and 0.5. I don't know. They're very close range to each other together. Okay, Monica is Southern. Natsuki's Mickey Mouse. Guri is just my softer voice. We're doing that. And then Sayori is whatever the fuck she was before. Okay, who's girl 3 in the situation? Monica. Okay. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Yes, specifically one of them, and no others, because they don't exist. Only Yuri. That joke was stolen. That was not mine. What do you do? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature than timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. Oh, also, I'm gonna make, later on, when Damien starts doing it, I'm gonna make Damien Canadian, because he goes, like, all the time. So, just letting you know ahead of time. And I'm also thinking we're gonna do 25-minute episodes, or until we finish a segment. So, like, today's episode segment would be after the club meeting. And, finishing the poem. Alright. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Damien. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika's probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. There is no leagues. I don't know. Maybe? In this game, there's no leagues. There's 4 characters. 4 characters, yeah. I don't know. I just think if there's any extras that I'm just not forgetting, not remembering. Anyway. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monika. Come sit down, Damien. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey. Oh, hey! I made them. I'll get them. I have to go every time before I do the voice just to get back into it. It's like my sleeper agent phrase, but just for my voices. Like I got those for like a bunch of voices. Like I don't know, for like characters like Kermit. I just say Kermit the Frog, yay! And then I can do Kermit the Frog all the time. Oh god, I should do this voice for one of the characters. That'll be hell. Monika. Monika's Kermit the Frog now. Sure, why not? And then I can also do Stitch. Oh, Hannah. Something like that. I don't know. I don't know really. Yeah, I don't know. The Stitch is my favorite voice to do because like it's just I could just switch onto it on the fly. It's really easy. I don't know. Anyway, and Sonic, I just sound like a cocky version of me. It's weird. I did not mean to do that. Anyway, enough of my shameless plug for my subpar voice acting. Let's go back to this. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? I'm also not making Monika Kermit the Frog. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. They're all tables. But I get what you mean. They're all like in just like connected like in a group of 4. Because I did that with my classroom when I was younger. Like the desks would be like either actually in earlier grades they were in like groups of like 4. And then like later grades they just had them all like just kind of like spaced out. But because of how the school was, basically it was just like there wasn't really a seating chart. You just got to sit down, and that was kind of just your assigned seat. It was like an unspoken rule type thing. But yeah, that was just your assigned seat, and the teacher would just like recognize like if there was like specific like friend groups or whatever, the teacher would just like let those like friend groups just kind of like push their like desks next to each other, and as long as like no one was like disrupting like class, like they could like just sit together and just like do whatever. But you know, just obviously pay attention during class, all that yada yada. Anyway, as Sarah mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. I had to talk while holding back a yawn. That was weird. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay. Oh, okay! Are you ready? Ta-da! Okay, so it's Sayori. Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. You were Southern, yeah. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. I have to do the every time. I'm so sorry. Wait, what? I skipped. Oh, no, I did not. Okay. I'm just crazy. Just hurry and take one. Sarah grabs one first, and then Monika. I follow. It's delicious. Sarah talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for you. You know, you, dummy. Alright. Damien's gonna be weird, because I have to, like, read out, like, his lines, but in my own speaking voice, so it has to sound natural. But I'm able to do that where I can just like kind of almost instantly just like make like words like on a script just like sound like natural speaking. I don't know if that makes any sense. Anyway, I give up on Natsuki's word logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. I'll go have a chamomile. Chamomile? I don't know. Chamomile meal? What the hell? She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess? Don't let yourself get intimidated, Yuri. Well, that's a comma. Hi, everybody. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Wow, I'm even like stumbling over my own words. Wow, just like I do when I'm actually speaking. Whoa! I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Exactly. I took something I enjoyed as a kid, creating stories, because, by the way, yeah, I lied about earlier. I'm going to keep, like, interjecting with my own experiences, because that's how this playthrough is going to be transformative, and it isn't just a walkthrough on the game. But I took my own, like, when I was younger, I made a bunch of, like, stories with my plushies. I loved playing with my plushies, and I just, like, created little stories, and I put on little voices for them. You know, I had a lot of, like, Pokemon plushies, I had a lot of, like, Sonic plushies, and I would just, like, do, like, little, like, Sonic adventures. It was really stupid stuff. Basically, like, the stuff you see on, like, early YouTube with, like, the, like, people, like, playing with, like, Sonic plushies, like, Sonic goes to the park, Sonic bakes a cake or whatever, you know, like, that kind of stuff you see where, like, they take, like, plushies and just, like, make them, like, they do, like, voices for the characters and just, like, make them do a thing. I don't know. That's kind of what I did. Even, like, early YouTube, like, when I was, like, doing this way back, when I was, like, 14, I think I'm actually pretty sure I can just, like, find that, like, that old, like, channel I had where I was, like, doing all this stuff. Oh, God. But yeah, I was, like, just, yeah, I would just, like, play with plushies, and I would just do little, like, do little adventures, and just do whatever, and then that was kind of how I started my, like, creating stories, and, oh God, I found the channel. I'm not going to share the channel. Anyway, but yeah, I was creating stories with plushies back then, and that evolved into just where we are now, where I have a whole, like, world with multiple characters, plots, all that stuff. I took something I enjoyed, which was telling stories and doing little voices, and I made something special out of it by making it a bigger scope thing. And it especially has a lot of attachment to me personally, because that last thing is more of like, if you know, you know type of deal. Anyway, back to this. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Same, Monica. Same. I got it. Yeah. I don't know why I'm snapping all the time. Anyway. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Oh, hey, I managed to do the voice of the going, oh, wow. I forgot to read that. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Yeah, that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Damien, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, dark fantasy, horror, that's about it. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. Not my thing, Damien, but go off, King. I'm gonna quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri touches the rim of her teacup with a finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment when I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. So if she'd like my story, then she wouldn't. She wouldn't like my story. She would probably think it's... I don't know. I don't know what she would think. Because the world is like... It just takes our existing world and just kind of twists it a little with like a lot of fantasy elements. So, who knows, honestly. And also, who cares? She's a fictional fucking character. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Goosebumps. I just grasp something I can relate to at the moment at the minimal level. That's right, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't expect that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, the wrong voice. Well, I just... Natsuki's eye darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Well, what? What gives you that idea? The you can't see my mouse, but the pink hair. The cupcake cats. What else? Actually, I have nothing else to go up, considering we just met you. You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Fuck. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. What voice is Sayori anymore? She's just... all over the place. Sayori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. Okay, I found Sayori's voice again. I found the narrative. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we can all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we can remember, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Damien? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth as what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Damien? You are a dick. Oh my god. Like, you just, like showed these girls all interest in, like, their literature, started talking up with them, like, and then just started the conversation, just, like, started talking with them, enjoyed some tea, cupcakes, all that, and then just goes, like, oh yeah, no, I never even said I would join the club, so, like, I know he still joins it eventually, but, like, what the hell, man? You could have just said, like, yeah, like, I didn't say I would join the club officially yet, but this place is awesome. I'm joining for sure. Or something like that. I don't know. You could have, like, just made it good. You didn't have to be a bitch about it. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. The four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Hey, man. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! That was wrong voice. Yes, I'm so happy. Siri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. I was ready to show you my knife collection early there, Damien. If you really just came up for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. Well, let's make it official. Welcome to the literature club. Ah, thanks, I guess. What do you mean, you guess? Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can all officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Damien, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Damien. The wrong voice again. Hey, Damien, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sarah and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the cloud room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. No. It should have been Sayori, Natsuki, Monica, and of course, Yuri. Because, like, the game is always, it's just like, okay, I know Monica's, like, the popular one. She's, like, smart, athletic, beautiful, all this. And, like, the game's like, yeah, no, like, she's gonna be, like, really important. You're gonna love her route. And then the game's like, oh, yeah, no, she doesn't get a route, by the way. Heh. I feel so bad for all the people who played this game at first and were immediately attracted to Monica. Me, fortunately, I was very simple with just, like, I just saw Yuri's purple hair and I'm like, I like purple. I'm gonna go with this one. I'm very simple and easy to please. And now that I have a more of appreciation for literature, we can also agree on the fact that, like, you know, horror is pretty cool. Anyway. Will I really be able to be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Yes, you will be happy, and you will like it. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Yes, one of them specifically, and no others. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure a good fortune will find me. And I guess I'll start with writing a poem tonight. Alright, we're gonna write our poem, and then call it there. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. They really do, like, in the early game, they really do, like, push that, like, this is a standard romance game, and you just have to, like, really just like appeal to the one girl, and it does do that. And then afterwards, just like, okay, Eternity. I know she's for tragedy, because she likes, what's the word, like, when, like, what's the word when, like, things are, like, happy and sad? Cage? Uncanny? Fuck. There's a thin line between these two, because, like, I don't know, like, Eternity could kind of go well with, like, Promise. So, you know. Fuck! And, like, you know, Sunset could be, like, a beautiful, fleeting thing. Whenever I think of that, I think of, like, just Yuri. I say these two as if you can see my mouse. I meant, like, Sayori and Yuri. I forget you can see my mouse cursor. Yes, Explode. Because that's gonna totally go for, like, Yuri. Fireflies. Fuck! Aura. Destiny. Memories. Fuck. Climax. Despise. Fester. Incapable. Marriage. God damn it. Infinite. Agonizing. Incongruent. Email. Extreme. Heartbeat. God damn it. Disown. Let's go. Alright. Alright, we're gonna call it here, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. This was supposed to be 20 minutes. Whoops. Alright, anyway. Call it here. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one. Take care, and I'll catch you on the flip-flop. Later. Please subscribe.